Hello, everyone, and welcome to another MemeCast on the Internet is Awesome YouTube channel with your hosts, TS and Boomer.
Hey TS, how's it going, man?
Hey, Boomer, I'm good. How are you?
I am good.
I
I am
take it
good.
you just moved into a new apartment, so
Yes, yeah,
a bit hectic.
it's been a nightmare, to put it simply. Yeah,
Moving
I
during quarantine, or
exactly. This is something I don't recommend.
great.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
absolutely.
let's see what memes we have this week.
Yes, let's get into it.
This is a good one for right now because this is how I feel. Lots of people are kind of coming out of quarantine a little bit, so
Mm,
it's like I don't want to go back now.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Just the mental space has completely changed.
Yeah, for sure. No, so I had some of my friends help me move in. Um, and yeah, we were all like happy to see each other for the first time in a couple of months, but also like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go home and like watch Netflix. Some of them were saying it was quite fun. All right, the hell is this?
I don't even remember this one now, but so if the viewers can't see this, but it's like, so how's 2020 so far? And it's like, there's been almost a world war. Australia caught on fire. Trump was put in a peach. Some guy ate a bat. I mean, it goes on.
Yeah,
Kim Jong Un died. Then he came back to life.
yeah,
UFOs exist, but no one cares.
right.
And
Yeah, but I think the context, maybe everybody knows this, but I think it's from Ant-Man, right? So it's like
yeah,
this guy's been in jail for a while, and he doesn't know what's going on, and his buddy's taking him out of
yeah.
jail and explaining to him what happened over the last year or so.
And that was probably the first few Avengers movies, like aliens invaded, blah blah. Blah.
Right. Yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, we're only what 5 months into this year.
Yeah.
It's
I
nuts.
mean, this meme is kind of an exaggeration. Like all the other stuff is not really a big deal, but it's kind of just the usual yearly stuff. But
So
especially,
I had to wipe my ass with leaves. Sorry, I'm like really.
oh,
That's great. And there was a toilet paper shortage. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I think might be the longest meme that we've had, but
yeah.
I like it. Great. So, Winnie the Pooh yet again. So creationists are mocking flat earthers for not understanding science. I think his face is just so perfect. Whenever I read some of these crazy, creationists or flat earthers, that's kind of the face that my friends, and I'm sure many people online have.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh has some good memes.
He's a meme-worthy
There's also the one where he's like
character.
in a tux, looking classy. Yeah, that one's a common one.
I don't think I've seen that. We'll have to
Okay,
find
I'll
one
try to
for
find
a
one.
future. Yeah, great.
Yep, enough said.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna read this one. So
Great.
my favorite classes in med school ranked: 1, anatomy; 2, pharmacology; 3, cardiology; 4, neuropsych; 5, how to lie to the masses to propagate mind control through vaccines and microchips; 6, nephrology; 7, infectious disease. So I think over the last, I mean, we've talked about this a number of times on the MemeCast, but especially over the last 1 to 2 weeks, there's been like a lot of discussion on, Bill Gates and vaccines and how they're being used to, I guess, take over the world. Or I mean, maybe mind control is written here is a little bit much, but there's certainly like what's that one thing, like the depopulation idea that keeps coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's I personally think it's nonsense, but it just seems to be like a trend. So people that keep talking about it over and over and over again.
And I think this is pointing out like how if these conspiracies have any grain of truth, then all the scientists would have to be in on it too, right? And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
no,
yeah. And I
these
think,
guys are publishing actual articles with through the actual scientific method, right? So it's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah. But
fake news.
maybe we're wrong, and there are these conspiracy theories. Well,
Exactly.
who knows? Okay,
I
I don't
just
want
I just think people like you see how dumb the people in charge are. Like, how do you expect
Yeah.
that they can pull off this stuff unless there's like some super genius Illuminati in the background controlling everything? But
Yeah.
that's just like, I don't know.
I don't know if I have the meme on here, but there's a great one, or I think it's a meme that it talks about like again with the mass conspiracy theories, and talking about like, do any of these people who believe these theories, have they ever been a project manager? So like
Exactly.
I am a project manager, right? That's what I do as my job, and I typically manage between, I don't know, 7 to 20 different clients on one different project, and the amount of shit that goes wrong, and the amount of like not
Incompetence.
incompetence, and like things that are leaked too early, like it's just, and these are small things. They're only like, I mean, it's only a couple $1 million, which is not that big of a project, and there's so much shit going wrong all the time. Yeah. Maybe we should move on.
Okay. What the hell?
I don't know what this is, but I found it and I thought it was really funny. So
I just got it.
So there's a picture there, right, showing the footprints that you would leave with these kinds of shoes.
And it's so funny to see my neighbor blame the dogs for shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was great. Anyways, moving on. Again with the vaccines and stuff. So I'll read this one. She said she'd done over 1,000 hours of research, and that made her a vaccine researcher. By that logic, I'm a gynecologist.
That's good. There was one today I read, like, what was it? Oh yeah, like someone was saying, don't just trust what the CDC says, do your own research, man. And it's like, so you think your Google research is better than 9.8 or whatever, 8.5 billion, or I don't know, a crap load of money funded organization with scientists and researchers that you're at, even if you do like hours and hours of Google research.
And these guys are like experts on the subject, right?
Yeah.
It's I love the internet. I think it's one of the most powerful technologies that our civilization's had ever, but it certainly comes with its drawbacks.
Yeah. Well, I didn't bring this in the MemeCast today, but last week I just posted on like my own social media this little comic that said like, and it was like in the Stone Ages, one guy saying, we have to write everything down. In the future, knowledge will power our descendants. And then the other guy says, what if there's so much knowledge that people can just selectively choose and build their own individual realities?
Right. Yeah.
And then the guy said, how about you shut up? Okay.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing that, and I think for those listeners out there, like, neither of us are really anti-conspiracy or conspiracy focused people. Like, I don't really talk about this at all. It just keeps coming up in the memes, right? So this is I think the memes are a good way of kind of summarizing what much of the, I guess, online traffic is, or the trending online traffic is. I rarely talk about this. I mean, again, with the occasional crazy uncle or family member, but in the day-to-day goings, this is something that doesn't come up for, I don't think, either of us.
No, I don't really think about it too much either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just needed to put that footnote in. Moving on. Again.
So what is the Safe Minds and RTAVM? I don't know.
I don't know. Fun to study free from the influence of big pharma or the government. Yeah, I mean, it's just showing again the nonsensical aspect or nature of anti-vax and conspiracy theories. Maybe this is something that we've done a little bit too much. Do you want to say anything to it, or should we move on?
We can move on.
Oh God, what is this?
You're gonna have to Cole's notes this one.
Yeah. I don't remember. It's been a really busy week.
Maybe you didn't even mean to put this in.
Yeah, maybe I didn't. I have no idea.
Oh, no, but it has a picture of a velociraptor.
No. Okay. This is showcasing the ridiculous nature of like opening up quarantine, right? Opening up too early before the virus is actually slowed down. So
Oh yeah, I think I saw something similar.
yeah, so this is really long story. I was not prepared, but it's the idea that like Jurassic Park actually happened, right? Like in an alternate universe, Jurassic Park actually happened. The Velociraptors got loose, and they're still loose, and yet they're still going to open up the park to visitors again, right? So it's the same idea, right? Rather than Velociraptors, we now have the coronavirus. So it's like, no problem, we'll just let the people out, even though there's Velociraptors. What was it say here? 180-pound Velociraptors roaming around. But the fact of the matter is, Velociraptors are intelligent, shifty creatures which are not going to be contained anytime soon. So yeah, it's just showcasing the idea that letting people out of containment too early is a big problem, right? So like here in Spain, it's been 2 months now. The numbers are definitely a lot further down, and there's still like the continuation to lock us down. Whereas in the States, quite the opposite's happening. But
yeah,
we've also talked about that a lot on the MemeCast.
And we're gonna have to see like in the next couple weeks what actually happens. Maybe it'll prove us all wrong, but have to wait and see.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, this is a one that I found for you. 2020 every 2 minutes.
This is great. Yeah. Freaking crazy.
What's this character called? I don't even
know. Frieza.
Okay.
I used to really like DBZ. Yeah, this is great. This is also very similar to the meme that you showed us at the beginning, the long one with the Ant-Man guy.
People just expecting the worst for this year.
Yeah.
But I think it's also like it's kind of like a sick fascination as well. Like people actually want more entertainment through these horrible. I'm not saying they want people to die or anything, but that's what the thing about these murder hornets. It's kind of like, okay, there's some killer bees, but it's not a big deal. It's like these things are always out there, and it's just people like to jump on these stories and pretend like 2020 is the worst year ever, which it maybe is, but
yeah, I think it. I mean. I don't think the world has been as impacted as it has maybe since 2008, 2009. But probably World War II, the Cold War was something similar. Yeah, crazy.
We were lucky that we kind of like bypassed 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
For our viewers, like Boomer and I went traveling for a year, so we just completely like right at the beginning of the recession we left, and then caught back at the end of it. So
yeah.
We lucked out.
I remember getting these emails from my dad, especially saying like, you may want to stay down there, so it might not be worth coming, or there might be nothing to come back to. I think that was like the real peak of the crisis.
Unfortunately, people don't have that option right now. You can't run away.
No.
So, okay,
moving on. Yeah, this is great. And I think this is a classic meme, right?
True. Yeah, people keep saying this like, it wasn't even that bad. That's because it worked.
Yeah, exactly. Like look at places like, I think the States and some parts of Central and South America are the only places that full quarantines haven't really been done, and the numbers are still rising there, as far as I know. Yeah.
I still believe that China's numbers are completely fake, but
conspiracy.
But like all the other countries are just like so high, and China's like, oh yeah, we only had 4,000 deaths. It's like bullshit. You guys didn't even have any advance warning.
You've been reading too many memes. Okay, so this was posted by one of my good friends. I'm gonna read it because I think it's awesome. So, newscaster. Australia and New Zealand are exploring a travel bubble, allowing citizens to visit each other's country without going into quarantine, which could be a model for other neighboring nations. Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and for those that don't know, like Canada and US have a very not open border, but it's
pretty loose.
It's undefended, and people go either way, just have to show a passport. So, and it's like there's lots of cross-country trade, obviously, and also like even relationships. Like some people haven't been able to see their loved ones because they live on opposite sides of the border, right? So yeah, so for some people it's shit, but for other people it's like, okay, let's leave this closed border another month at least. Which I think they're going to do. I've heard that they're going to extend it till end of June.
We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Back when Game of Thrones was still good.
Yeah.
During this season.
Yeah, Game of Thrones would have been terrific during the coronavirus lockdown. Something great to keep us all busy. But again, this is like, I do see a lot of like trends in memes, right? Like very different pictures that are being used, but more or less the same idea, right? Like coronavirus is destroying religion and all these kind of pseudoscientific endeavors that we take on, from homeopaths to healing crystals and essential oils and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't really know what I'm saying here, but it's come up many times, and I think that there is some benefit, there is some value to this whole coronavirus crisis, which I think these memes are doing a great way of exploring.
Well, I hope.
Moving on. Yeah, go ahead. Explain.
You just have to look it up for a second until you get it. So memes go in, endless wind power comes out. Get it? Because when you read on your phone, it's like you don't really laugh out loud, but you go, you know.
Right.
Anyways, I thought it was stupid funny. So
that definitely belongs in that category. Great.
Yeah. Okay.
When life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
It's
2020
like
lemons. It's like 99% peel. Look at the amount of pulp and juice in there. I thought it was great. Very similar to your other memes that you showed.
Yeah. That's how people are thinking right now. That just shows how how people. But anyway, very pessimistic. This isn't a meme. This is just something I saw on my Facebook, and it's just hilarious. It's like, I don't know. He looks like a cyborg, right? And then someone's like, cut his main circuits. Oh, it says its main circuits.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
He looks like a reptile or cyborg. Anyways,
it's a photo angle.
Yeah, I know, but it's also like, Mark Zuckerberg trying to be relatable because we're all going through this together, and it's like, shut up. It's like, go get your butler to cut your hair, okay? I'm sure, I don't know. I imagine that he's over harshly judged, but he's so easy to judge. So.
Yeah, I just don't know anything really about his personal self, so I can't comment. Moving on. But don't worry, your bandana works too.
Yeah.
Even
other than that, like people that saying that. Okay, I won't even talk about it. I won't go into that argument, into the face mask argument, but yeah.
Yeah. That's not. I think there's some science to prove that it does cut down on the amount of virus that's being spread. Anyways.
What is this?
I think the caption was something like, "No teen today would understand."
I get texting.
Exactly, right? I mean, this is how we texted back in the day.
Yeah. And I even sent you a photo last week, like, because it popped up on my Facebook memories, and you were like holding up your flip phone, taking a picture of a landscape.
Oh, really? That's too funny.
And I was just like,
I didn't notice.
Yeah, well, check your messages. Okay? And it's like, I'm sure that picture turned out great on your dumb phone, It's like a little fuzzy thumbnail.
Yeah, like one megabyte or less, right?
Yeah.
Quality. This is great. So you can look at this later and try to figure out what it says. And that's it.
Great. A nice tight episode.
Yeah. Favorite meme?
I like the wind power one because it's so stupid.
I like the what's it called? The Dragon Ball Z Frieza one.
Okay, good.
The continuing of the kind of mega trend of 2020 being shitty.
Yeah, we'll use that as our thumbnail. That's a good, nice, big, colorful one.
Terrific.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was a good episode, and stay safe.
Yeah, I've still got to unpack and set up I have a VR headset, so I'll be doing some VR later on tonight, which would be nice. But anyways, thanks, man. Talk to you
See
next
you later.
week.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can check out our Instagram and TikTok channels with our favorite memes. Links are in the description below. And share with us your favorite memes, and we will review them on the MemeCast. See you next week.